Hi students, we're just waiting for a few more participants to join and then we'll start.
A very good evening to one and all present over here, students. A warm welcome to one and all. I can see many students participating both on Zoom and YouTube live event. Thank you so much for joining. And this particular session, we will be working on solving the chemistry question paper. I think most of you out there would be there with your responses, and we will discuss question by question, one by one. And then let's try to understand the logic behind the actual answer and the distractor as well. With reference to this particular activity at Super Teacher Edu Reforms, so we have created all these questions and these are uploaded on your mobile apps as well. Suppose if you're downloading Super Teacher Official, you'll get to see all these things. And the recording will also be present over there. So you can get to see the recordings a little later as well. And this is live streamed on YouTube also. So still the actual answers will be there as well. So if there is any support required on any subject, whenever required, you can just check out these platforms and you'll get to see the answer. Now when we talk about the activities or the assessment specifically, the questions are prepared in such a way that if you do not have a thorough understanding of the complete chapter, chemical reactions over here in this case, there might be cases or times when you might get misguided with the question and you mark a wrong answer. So I would really request you to go through the questions multiple times and then answer. Some of you already texted me, told me that you have got the wrong answer in the first attempt and then later realized that that was actually not the answer. So let's quickly get into it and we will discuss all these questions one by one. And for that, I need to open. I'll also make sure that with this session, we will discuss few websites from where you can actually learn the attributes of chemical reactions and equations. I mean, can I practice? Is there any particular place where I can actually practice online? Yes, you can definitely do it. Some of you might already know about it. So anyways, let's quickly get onto it. Here in this case, I'm going to share my screen. And here comes the first question. Where are we? Yeah, here it is. Done. Share audio. Yeah, I think everybody's able to see the screen and we will go to, yes. So here in this case, the first question actually talks about, so the following series of activities were performed. Ice cubes were melted in a glass tumbler. Salt was added to the water. Electricity was passed through the salt water. And the question is, which of the above steps are chemical changes? Anyone from this group? Which is the correct answer? A, B, C, D? Come on. Ranvil, Srirang, Joanna, Tejaswini, Madhura, Mayuk. Anyone? Any answer? You can put on the chat. Okay, Mayuk says C. Okay, Alisha says C. Deepanshu says C. Okay, Joanna says 2 and 3. Okay, so only 3 and 2. Okay, 2 and 3. So that means, Joanna, your answer is B, B for Bombay. Okay. Many people are going with C. Siddhi says A is the right answer. Only 3. See, when we talk about the change, the following series of activities were performed and you got the activities. Which of the above steps are chemical changes? Now, if at all you're giving a right answer over there, that means you have the clear understanding of physical and chemical change separately. Physical changes and chemical changes, the major differences with respect to chemical change, a new substance is formed. And in case if that is irreversible, then that is going to be attributed as a physical change and not a chemical change. So Mayuk, would you like to change your answer? Rushita says C. Only 3 and 1. Okay. Ranvil says A. Okay. I'm coming up with multiple answers. Venkat said B. Option A, Tejaswini. Okay. Most of you are like with A and C, multiple options. Okay. Which of the following above steps are chemical changes? Okay, here in this case, ice cubes were melted in a glass tumbler. Now, when I do that, this ice is getting converted from one form to another. There's no chemical reaction happening as such. Like even if it is getting converted from one state to another state, the physical composition of water remains the same. Hence, this is not a chemical change. Everybody who said wherever one is involved, option C, you're wrong. The question is, which of the above steps are chemical changes? And when we talk about salt was added to the water. Here, when salt is getting added to the water, it is soluble in water. It gets dissolved in water. But this reaction is again, it's like reversible. I can evaporate water and I get the salt back. Hence, here also there's no new substance getting formed. So everybody who said 2 being involved in the answer, you're also wrong. Well, the people who said only 3, the option A, are like is the right answer. Mayuk, then Ashil, right? Manali, like you guys are right. Electricity was passed through the salt water, electrodes, salt water. So here basically you have a reaction happening over here. Hydrogen and oxygen get separated, and you know about electrolysis of water over here. So that's the reason here we consider option number 3 to be the right answer. Yeah, many people option B and C. Yeah, we need to work on it. Physical and chemical change, the first topic. Okay, let's go to the next question. The moment we go to the next question, what is the question? Yeah, here it is. A goldsmith carefully mixed 10 gram of molten aluminum, okay, with 40 grams of molten gold. Okay, this is interesting. The result was a 50 gram of purple colored alloy called purple gold. Okay, is that a new substance altogether? Okay, let's see what can be said about the change. So here these are the options. It says that it is a physical change as no new substance was formed. Okay, it is a chemical change as there was a change in color. It's a chemical change as there was a change in state. It's a physical change as there was no change in mass. Okay, so here in this case, students, first of all, try to decide if it's a physical change or a chemical change. Now, once you decide upon that, probably you can shortlist your options from A, B, C, D to either B and C or A and D. Okay, and based on that, we can get into the next aspect of color, state, and mass. Okay, so can somebody tell me the answer? Mayuk says physical change. Great. Okay, that's the right answer. There's no new substance getting formed over here. So it has to be physical change. And people are coming up with option B. Hey, option B is a chemical change, no? There was a change in color, but the attributes of the component remains the same. Yeah, the material is the same. It's not a chemical change. The color got changed, that's all. Option A, it's a physical change as no new substance is formed. Okay, okay. Anyone with option number D? It's a physical change as there was no change in mass. Okay, Dipanshu says D. Remember, a goldsmith carefully mixed 10 gram of molten aluminum with 40 gram of molten gold. Okay, the result was 50 gram of a purple colored alloy. So do you really think that there was no change in mass? Yeah, Venkata, you're spamming with the wrong answer. Yeah, that's a wrong answer. Obviously the mass is going to change, right? So the option is going to be everybody who said B, C, D. B for Bombay, C and D for Delhi are wrong. The right answer is A. Okay. It's a chemical change, but there was a change in state. No, state is remaining the same. It's called as a purple gold. That's all. Okay. It's forming an alloy which can be reversed back. Okay, by mistake. Okay, Mayuk, you are right. A is the right answer. It's a physical change as no new substance was formed. Okay, Satvik, see, Satvika, sorry. So here in this case, guys, yeah, there could be questions wherein it can confuse you, like if alloy is supposed to be considered as a new substance, or no, it is not supposed to be considered. It's again a proper physical change. With mixture of two metals over here, that's all. And definitely there is a change in mass because that's 10 gram of molten aluminum and 40 gram of molten gold. And hence the option number A is the right answer. Okay, let's go to the next one. Third question, is it getting reflected? Yes. In an experiment, an iron article was weighed and its mass was noted. Okay, then it was exposed to moist air for a long time, after which it developed rust. Okay, that's great. That's the corrosion happening over there. What can be said about the final mass of the article? So they have clearly mentioned that it's an iron article. Agar iron article hai, it is weighed and its mass is noted, then it is exposed to moist air. So it is oxygen. Okay, that's great. For a long time, after which it developed rust. What can be said about the final mass of the article? Okay, remains same because mass is conserved in a chemical change. Remains same because it's a physical change. Increases because of mass of oxygen added. decreases because rust is lighter than iron. Tejaswini, Manali, Joanna says A, other people say C. Mayuk also says C. Anyone else with any other answer? Don't you think like whenever iron is used, it like once it starts getting corroded, like when rust is formed, don't you think the iron becomes weak in nature and the mass should actually decreases because rust is lighter than iron? Okay, I'll wait for some more time. Remains same because mass is conserved in a chemical change. Okay, mass is conserved in a chemical change is a true statement. Otherwise, for this particular question, remains same is not the right answer. Remains same because it's a physical change? No, not at all. Here in this case, increases because of mass of oxygen added. Okay, done. Deepanshu, you are right. So everybody who said the answer to be A, B, and D are wrong. C is the right answer. Yeah, the rust is another component altogether because of the addition of moist air, or it's like oxygen over here. And that's the reason C is the right answer. Many people got C right answers. Shaida B, okay. Then Tejaswini, Mayuk, and many others as well. Ferrous oxide, perfect. Okay, here in this case, let's go to the next question, Tejaswini. Here we go. Acetylene burns in air. It's a very simple question with respect to balancing questions in air. According to this reaction, C2H2 plus O2, CO2 plus H2O. Am I able to see that over here? Absolutely. Okay. So can somebody tell me what is the right answer over here? Okay, got it. Most of you have got it the right answer. Yeah, A, C, D are wrong. B is the right answer. I actually put it over here. I'm sorry. Okay. So let me actually show you something. So I am going to pause over here for a while. Students, whenever we get into these reactions, and if you really want to practice all these things, so there are two websites that you might already know about, but I'm not really sure about it. So one is called as OLabs. The moment you come to OLabs, it's called as olabs.edu.in. The moment you come over here, you've got a lot of experimentation that keeps happening, and all these are recorded over here under the area of physics, chemistry, biology, max. You can click on chemistry or depending on the subject that you're learning. And inside of this, you have got all those experiments for respective grades. Class 11 ke liye, class 10 ke liye. Then you have for class 9. That's all. 9 ke niche nahi. So 9, 10, 11, and 12. You have got multiple experiments, and these have simulations as well. Rushita, Karthik. So what you're supposed to do is, say for example, I come to understand a displacement reaction, combination reaction. You just have to come and click on that. The moment you go over here, first of all, you will have the theory under it. So the complete objective of what is this all about, you will have complete explanation. Just like the way you write your record notebook, you have got everything written over here. And right after that, you can go to procedure. Procedure is a typical understanding to do it in real life situation, or else when you come down a little more to the next level, that's called as animation. Now animation, the moment I play it, let me play it for a few seconds, you'll get an understanding how it is actually done.
Single displacement reaction. We will require copper sulfate, iron nails, distilled water, a beaker, measuring jar, test tubes to a clean beaker. To this, add a required quantity of copper sulfate. Stir the contents in the beaker using a glass rod until the copper sulfate crystals in the beaker dissolves completely. Clamp the test tube. Take 2 iron nails. There are changes in look and composition of the matter itself. Scientists have divided these changes in matter into
right after animation. When you come to the video section, you will get to see the actual working of that particular
two
experiment
categories
through real life example, something like
physical
this.
and chemical. Burning of paper materials required. Procedure. Take 2 stands with clamps and
So you can see that in the previous case it was animated, but here in this case it's happening in reality. So I keep forwarding it. People actually perform the
take
experiment
copper sulfate solution in a
and they
beaker
do it.
and pour some of
Let's go to the next area. Now this is the most interesting area according to me, called a simulator. By the way, okay, I'm muted. Oh, you couldn't hear. I'm so sorry. Now, I hope everybody's able to see this now. So once you get into the simulator area, you'll be able to see that you can actually, drag and drop it. Just follow the instructions. Click and drag any of the iron nail to immerse it in one of the test tubes. And you can see the change in the color that's happening. Click on the thread to remove the iron nail from the test tube and compare it with the other nail. So something like this. So they just take it back and put it over here. So you can compare the color change. Click on the information icon to see the inference. So when you click on here, you'll get to see that the reactivity about all these things. So this way you have the complete explanation for each and every topic. So all you need to do is come to the area, select the subject over here, select the class, and right after selection of the class, choose the topic that you want to learn. Right now, chemical reactions is all about these programs, or sorry, these experiments over here. So you can click on double displacement reaction, decomposition reaction, and you can perform the activity under simulator, or else look at the video. Then you have got few questions to guide you what these are, and you also have multiple other resources from where you can learn things. So यहाँ पे epathshala.nic.in में you have got some content also. So this is one website in which you can learn the process of different reactions. Next is another good website is called as fet.colorado.edu. When you come over here, you've got simulations and you can click on chemistry. Now, once you get into the simulations of chemistry area, here examples of, balancing a chemical equation. Here also you have got some reactions and things like that. See, build a molecule, density, gases intro. They've got you've got a lot of chapters, but apart from that, you can actually get into the details of balancing also. Let me see if we have balancing chemical equations. Do we have? हाँ, यहाँ पे है. The moment I get into balancing chemical equations, this is how it looks like. Let us see if it is any use to us. Okay, yeah, we've got something over here. I click on the play button, and the moment I do that, this is how it gets loaded up. Let's see how it gets loaded up. Okay, that's introduction. Let's see this. So here in this case, make ammonia. Okay, N2H2O NH3. So I just increase this. If it's 2 over here, I make it 2, and it's 6, supposed to be 6. So let's make it 3. Done. The moment you do it, you can see that there's a smiley that comes over here and it says that your balancing is done. So in this way, you can, work on your balancing areas with respect to FET simulations also. It has got a lot other places also. If you know already, these are free, completely free, Karthik. Whatever I'm doing, I'm not, logging in also. All I'm doing is coming to this, area of Google. You search it basically, FET simulations and OLabs. So OLabs website is olabs.edu.in. FET is fet.colorado.edu. You can Google about it. It's quite famous. You can learn all these things. Like these questions. Deepanshu, these questions, if you want to know such kind of practice question paper, a lot of things, you can actually get into Super Teacher official app. There itself, multiple questions are coming. And there are various other places where you can still try. We'll discuss about it one by one little later. So shall we go to the next question? I hope you got an idea of FET and OLabs. So I think next question. Great. It's okay, Tejaswini, that's totally fine. It's my duty. I go over here and we just balance this particular reaction, and let's go to the next question. Yeah, here we are. Now, this is also a very interesting question. It's about the type of a reaction. And you can see that sulfur and calcium carbonate were heated strongly in the air. Okay, that there's a heating happening and gases were formed in both the cases. Okay, what can be said about these reactions? Sulfur and calcium carbonate were heated strongly in the air and gases were formed in both the cases. What can be said about? Okay, that's great. So sulfur reaction, S plus O2 is SO2. Calcium carbonate, CaCO3 with CaO plus CO2. That's great. We know that. So here in this case, sulfur is a combination reaction. Okay. Don't annotate on the screen. Sulfur is a decomposition reaction. No, definitely not. So where is combination sulfur? A and C. out of which calcium carbonate is decomposition. So yeah, everybody said C. Yeah, C is the right answer. You're absolutely right. So 1 second, I'll just work on the annotation. I'll clear it. Done. Let's go to the next question. This is quite simple. Combination and decomposition. Let's go to the next one. This is again a good question. Observe the following changes. Okay. I'm not able to do my displays. Okay. Observe the following changes. Decomposition of lead nitrate. Okay. We are heating it. Okay. We are providing the heat. That's great. Decomposition of water. Okay. Again, it's decomposition of water. But again, we are supplying the electricity, battery. Decomposition of fruits and vegetables. Okay. So can somebody tell me what is the right answer? Which of them are endothermic? Okay. Mayuk says C. Dipanshu says B. Mayuk says B. Okay. B for Bombay. Okay. That's okay. Okay. Karthik B. Okay. See, it's all about the energy consumption and release. If energy is released, if heat is released, it's called as exothermic. If heat is consumed, it's called as endothermic reaction. So in that way, almost everybody got the right answer. Okay, Srirang, no. The right answer over here is everybody who said which of them is endothermic? 1 and 2. B for ball. A, C, D are wrong. B is the right answer. I'll repeat it. Just in the first case where lead nitrate is getting decomposed, we are having the flame. I mean, we are providing the energy over here. The heating is happening. And similarly, decomposition of water, we are the ones who are actually supplying the electricity over there. Again, it's like energy given over here. Decomposition of fruits and vegetables, you don't do anything. The microorganisms actually take care of it, and that's exothermic. So only 1 and 2 is the right answer. Everybody who said B for Bombay, you're right. Let's go to the next question, and that'll be the 7th question. This is kind of tricky, but quite interesting. The explanation might give you good clarity. Sealed plastic bottles of hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, often bulge when stored for a long time. Sometimes they even pop. Sometimes they may even pop. Sealed plastic bottles of hydrogen peroxide. Sometimes when you get hurt, when you immediately go to the hospital, you would have seen, people immediately pouring. Right. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Many people are saying AA. Yeah, that's hydrogen peroxide. Formation of oxygen gas due to thermal decomposition. No. There's no heat being supplied over here, right? Formation of hydrogen gas due to photolytic decomposition. Formation of hydrogen gas due to thermal decomposition. Formation of oxygen gas due to photolytic decomposition. First of all, when H2O2 is getting decomposed, H2 doesn't get formed. What is H2O2 getting decomposed? It's water and oxygen. H2O and O2. Many people get confused. They think H2O2 is actually H2 plus O2. No, that's not the case. It's actually H2O plus O2. So here in this case, water gets formed. So obviously option number C and option number D are wrong. Yeah, it's supposed to be formation of oxygen gas due to thermal decomposition, formation of oxygen gas due to photolytic decomposition. Thermal, I don't think so it's possible. Definitely not C and D. So the answer over here is B for ball, formation of oxygen gas due to photolytic decomposition. Even though when you keep it in an opaque bottle or a dark bottle over the period of time, this will definitely have light entering it, and because of that the decomposition happens. See, whenever you want to apply hydrogen peroxide and something, you quickly open the bottle and close it again. So I according to me, formation of oxygen gas due to photolytic decomposition is the right answer, but very less people gave this right answer. No, many people said that. Joanna said, Tejaswini said, okay, that's good. Karthik said, okay, that's great. Photolytic means any reaction that gets affected with light. Photolytic reactions. Say for example, here in this case, because of light, hydrogen peroxide is getting, forming water and oxygen. This is photolytic reaction. Suppose if you're comparing this with the other examples of camphor, now when we talk about camphor, there is another question which we will talk about the same. We'll talk about it. Photolytic means a reaction that gets affected or happens because of light. Yeah, you got that, Ranvil? Let's go to the next question. Yeah. Now here it is all about reactivity. Okay, let's okay. Here in the PPT itself, I had already written and I didn't. Camphor is sublimation. You're right, Nishika. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The following observations were made in an experiment. Here X plus Y NO3. Okay, so there is some reaction happening. There is a metal plus salt solution, and this is observation. When X plus Y NO3 happens, colorless solution turns green. So some change is happening. So when some change is definitely happening, that means there is a reaction happening over there. That means X is more reactive than Y. That's the first point that I understand from the first statement. Now, next statement is Y plus ZCl2. Now, when we talk about Y plus ZCl2 or ZCl2, blue solution turns colorless. Even here reaction is happening, which actually means that Y is more reactive than Z. Okay, so in that case, X is more reactive than Y is more reactive than Z. What could be observed when Z is added to the solution of XNO3? That's great. Okay, the solution turns blue because X is more reactive than Z. Okay, if it is more reactive, how can it become blue? It can't become blue. X color to already green mein hai na? Okay, the solution turns blue because no, this is also wrong. Because Z is more reactive? No. The solution remains green because Z is more reactive than X? No, not at all. The solution remains green because X is more reactive than Z. Absolutely. D is the right answer. Everybody who said D, you're right. A, B, C, it's wrong. Yeah, X is more reactive than Z. X का color green है, तो वो green ही रहेगा. It will remain green all the time. Anybody who got this wrong? Reactivity series is very important. Just make sure that you understand the way the reaction works. Yeah, let's go to the next question. Okay, the next question. Oh my God, my screen started flickering again. Okay, a double displacement reaction takes place when aqueous solutions of PQ and RS are mixed. Okay, a double displacement reaction. Double displacement reaction, I hope everybody knows. AB plus CD, it becomes AC plus BD. I mean, it completely, both the cases, it gets changed. The properties of reactants and products are given below. So here in this case, PQ plus RS is PS plus RQ or QR, whatever it is. Okay, now PQ is yellow in color and soluble in water. Okay, RS is white in color and soluble in water. Yes. PS, okay, it's a formula of salt, white in color, and that is also soluble in water. RQ is blue in color and not soluble in water. What will be the final observation? See, whenever you have a double displacement reaction, you will have a precipitate that's getting formed. Yeah, white precipitate, blue precipitate. That's right. That's right. So here in this case, I can see some answers coming. What do you think, guys, is the right answer? What will be the final observation? PS plus RQ. They say that blue and it is not soluble in water. So is it white precipitate in a blue solution? No. Blue precipitate in a colorless solution? Colorless solution में blue precipitate they have not given. So यहाँ पे solution is all about white and yellow. So definitely not this. Yellow precipitate in a colorless solution. Okay, people say B. Blue precipitate, no. No significant change as one substance is insoluble in water. Okay, how confident are you with B? Okay. Okay, Tejaswini says B, Alisha says B, but many people say A as well. White precipitate in a blue solution. No, definitely not, because RQ is blue and that is not soluble in water. So it cannot be a blue solution. Definitely the answer is B for ball, blue precipitate in a colorless solution. How many of you got B is the right answer? Okay, Karthik says A. White precipitate in a blue solution. No, it can't be the case. Now, see, the moment blue precipitate is coming, it's not soluble in water. It's not going to be a blue solution. The solution can either be yellow, white or white. Whenever I say white, it's basically colorless. So यहाँ पे white precipitate in a blue solution, not possible. Blue precipitate in a colorless solution, definitely possible. Yellow precipitate in a colorless solution, no, because yellow is also soluble in water. So definitely not the case. So no significant changes once. No, not like that. So here in this case, everybody who said A, C, D are wrong. B is the right answer. Now, this particular hint, R cube blue is not soluble in water, gives the clarity. I hope everybody got an understanding. Yeah, just check the solubility and based on that, you'll be able to guess. I'll be able to see white and white over here. So it forms colorless solution. Nobody talked about yellow solution at all. So obviously blue precipitate has to be there because it's not soluble. Let's go to the, yeah. See, whenever we talk about color white, whenever it gets dissolved in chemistry, consider that to be a colorless solution. Okay, once it gets soluble in water, it becomes colorless. Yeah, Isha, I hope you got the answer. Let's go to the next question. Next question is, this is about reduction and oxidation reaction. Aluminium is extracted by electrolyzing molten aluminium oxide. I can see that according to the given reaction. That's clear. Which of the following is being oxidized in it? Okay, only oxygen, only aluminium, only both oxygen and aluminium, neither oxygen nor aluminium. Okay, look at the reaction that I've written, 4Al3 plus, then 6O2 minus. So here in this case, aluminium is gaining electrons. So definitely if you are gaining an electron, that has to be a reduction. यहाँ पे कहीं aluminium reduce हुआ है बोला है? No, nobody has told that. But oxygen, okay, leaving out the electrons. So that definitely is oxidation. So here in this case, everybody who said only oxygen, you guys are right. Option B, C, D seems to be wrong. Both oxygen and aluminum, no, they're not getting oxidized. Neither oxygen nor aluminum, no, that is also not wrong. Electrons are given and taken. So definitely one of the answers is correct. Either it has to be A or it has to be B. So when I consider oxygen, I'm able to see that electrons are gained. Okay, Tejaswini says A. A is the right answer. Yeah, Satvika, you're right. A is the right answer. Everybody who said A to be the correct answer, you're right. B, C, D are wrong. Yeah, see, whenever we talk about loss of electrons, whenever loss of electrons, when electrons are left out, then that is called as a reduction. And whenever you gain electrons, that's oxidation. You can see that O2 minus, where more number of electrons were there, you got 2 more electrons, and no, it has become 3O2. So oxygen has gained electrons over here, hence oxidation. Yeah, A is the right answer. Redox reaction, another important question that can come. Let's go to the next type of questions. So far 10 questions. How many of you have got 8 and above correct? Can you put it on the chat? 8 and above correct. Go ahead. If you've got 8 and above correct so far. Okay, everybody got less than 8 correct? Karthik, Satvika, Ranvil, Siddhi, Tejaswini. Okay, Tejaswini, you got 8 and above correct. That's great. Anyone else? Come on, go ahead. Okay, Deepanshu, that's great. Okay, you also got 8 and above correct. One more person, just one more. No one. Okay, people in YouTube are mentioning that. That's great. That's great. Okay, Satvika got 6 correct. That's okay, no problem. If you've got 8 and above correct, you need very less revision. You've got pretty good understanding of the concepts. If you've got 5 and above correct, you need to revise at least 3 to 4 times. 5 to 8. People who are less than 5, make sure you go through the chapter once more and try to use the platforms like FET, OLabs, and start doing the experiments by yourself and try to learn the things from there. Yeah. In fact, even we conduct classes on chemistry, physics, biology, maths. If anybody is interested to participate there, you can still do that as well. I'll talk about it a little later. Okay, let me stop share the screen quickly. Okay, I can see the chat right now clearly. Okay, that's great. Let's go to the next area. Next area is assertion and reason. Now, assertion and reason are type of questions wherein you'll have 2 statements. And trust me, this time in CBSE, you will have such kind of questions, at least 2 to 3 from science. It's 40% supposed to be competency-based assessment. Jahan par assertion, reasoning, multiple choice questions in different forms, like sequencing, ordering, ye sari cheezein aayengi. So all these things will actually come in your exam. So make sure that you prepare well from that angle as well. Make sure the question paper that you're going to practice from wherever you get has got all these types as well. So let's go to the first question with respect to assertion and reason, and that's the 11th question. Here we go. I share the screen. Okay, Silver bromide is stored in dark brown bottles. Absolutely. When silver bromide is exposed to sunlight, it undergoes sublimation. You remember we were talking about camphor. Yeah, this is the place where we'll be talking about it. Sublimation is different. Okay, here in this case, silver bromide is stored in dark brown bottles. Okay, when silver bromide is exposed to sunlight, it undergoes sublimation. Silver bromide undergoes sublimation. Okay, what is the right answer? Anyone out there? Question number 11. People say A and C. Both A and R are correct. And R is the correct explanation of A. Okay, both A and R are correct. Okay, both A and R are correct, but R is not the correct explanation of A. A is correct, but R is incorrect. A is incorrect, but R is correct. Silver bromide is stored, but the process of sublimation doesn't really happen with silver bromide. With silver bromide, it is a photolytic decomposition. Hence, sublimation itself is wrong. Mere khayal se C is the right answer. How many of you have got C as the right answer? Srirang, okay, right. Saida B, no, not B. See, both in A and R are correct, but R is not the correct explanation. No, see, both A and R are correct. Both A and R, A, option number A and option number B itself is wrong because they say that it undergoes sublimation. No, silver bromide does not go undergo sublimation. It's a photolytic, photolytic or photolytic decomposition. Hence, C and D option may say. Obviously, R is not sublimation, so R is incorrect. A is correct. So silver bromide is stored in dark brown bottles. Absolutely, but R is incorrect in this case. So everybody who got C, you're right. A, B, D wrong. Okay. Yeah, I like this question. We were talking about sublimation because of so and so reason. Yeah, let's go to the next question. Thermal decomposition reactions are endothermic in nature because you supply the heat. Perfect. Okay, or external reagents, work towards energy giving to the reaction. Endothermic reactions are reactions in which heat is released. Okay, now this is a simple question. Anyone? Okay, everybody's with C, 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 C. Okay, okay. Both A and R are correct. Both A and R are correct. A, B definitely wrong. Okay, definitely R is wrong. So A is correct, but R is incorrect. So everybody who said A, B, and D are wrong. C is the correct answer. Obviously ना thermal decomposition reactions are endothermic, वो तो correct है, पर R गलत है. Endothermic reactions are reactions in which heat is released. No, it's absorbed. So hence in this case C, A is correct, but R is incorrect is the right answer. Okay, this question is easy. How about the next one? 13th question. Hydrogen released when metal reacts with acid extinguishes a burning matchstick with a pop sound. Hydrogen doesn't support combustion. Okay. We have got hydrogen fuels, we have got hydrogen batteries. I don't think so. Hydrogen doesn't support combustion is a right statement. Okay. Okay. What do you think is the right answer over here? Okay, so here in this case, both A and R are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. R is incorrect. Anyone, the right answer? Come on, go ahead. See, when metal reacts with an hydrogen, when metal reacts with an acid, hydrogen is formed. So when hydrogen is released, when metal reacts with acid, so hydrogen is getting released. That extinguishes a burning matchstick with a pop sound. Now the hydrogen is released so much that whenever you have a matchstick over there, and if it's burning, because of the amount of hydrogen that's released in that instant, it actually bursts the whole matchstick out there. That bursting is in a very small fraction of a second, and because of that the pop sound comes over here. So when pop sound comes over here, because of that you consider that it actually extinguishes the burning matchstick. Extinguishes the burning matchstick doesn't actually mean over here that you are using hydrogen as an extinguisher. No, not that the case. But hydrogen doesn't support combustion. That is also a wrong statement. So in this case, A is correct, R is incorrect. So C is the right answer. How many of you have got C is the right answer? Okay, Srirang, Ashen. Okay, I'm able to see that. Okay, that's great. Let's go to the next question. 14th question. Okay. Burning of matchstick. Okay, sorry. 1 second, students. My screen is flickering a little bit. Burning of magnesium is a redox reaction. Is that the question? Yes. Magnesium undergoes oxidation while oxygen undergoes reduction. Burning of magnesium is a redox reaction. Magnesium undergoes oxidation while oxygen undergoes reduction. Okay, check it out. Which is the correct reaction? So 2 Mg plus O2, 2 Mg2 plus. Electrons are released. If electrons are released, loss of electrons, that's reduction. Magnesium undergoes oxidation while oxygen undergoes. Okay, I think it's quite evident. Both A and R are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. Both A and R are incorrect. No, that is also correct, but R is not the correct. No, correct. No, burning of magnesium is a redox reaction. Perfect, it's happening. Both A and R are correct, and R is the correct. Magnesium undergoes oxidation while oxygen undergoes reduction. Absolutely. A is the correct answer. Yes, Nishika. Srirang, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. 15th question, and that's a case-based question. Okay. Now, during the recent pandemic times, there was a sudden rise in the requirement of oxygen in the hospitals. Yeah, this was a very big situation, especially in the second wave, if I'm not wrong. Now, these are questions which is called as case-based or source-based. You know, sometimes you get this information and they put it in the question paper and they try to ask questions scientifically from there. So during the recent pandemic times, there was a sudden rise in the requirement of oxygen in the hospitals. As a result, oxygen concentrators were in high demand. Okay, there were there are two types of variants in oxygen concentrators. One is air-based, which produce oxygen from the air by removing the other constituents. Filtration process, very simple. Oxygen nikal diya. And the water-based, which produce oxygen from water. Okay, wahan pe decomposition by splitting. That's great. These machines were literally lifesavers for the patients suffering from COVID. Let's get into the questions. What's the first question? What changes are going on in the air-based and the water-based oxygen concentrators while they are producing oxygen? Physical changes in both? Definitely. Okay, let me not tell the answer. Guys, anyone, any guesses? Okay, air-based physical change, water-based chemical change, just because it's highlighted here. Anyone else with any other answer? Okay, D. Okay, I'm coming to that, Deepanshu. I'm going to talk about it. Satvika says D. Okay, yeah, everybody who said ABC are wrong, but nobody said that, so D is the right answer. See, when we talk about air-based concentrators, they clearly mentioned in the case that let's go over here, that it is made out of oxygen getting removed from the air by removing the other constituents like nitrogen and all. So there is no change physically happening. Air se oxygen nikal kar ab logon ko de rahe ho, as simple as that. But in case of the concentrator wherein you have the electrodes present, basically the water based, you are splitting up the component of water, hydrogen and oxygen. The whole composition of water is getting changed over there, and you're using oxygen over there. This is not a reversible process. Hence, in this case, I think the right answer is D, Delhi. Air-based is physical change, water-based is chemical change. Anyone? Dipanshu, I hope you got the connect now. Satvika, you're right. You're absolutely right. Concentrators were these two types. Wow, that's nice. This is an interesting question. Let's go to the next one. Which type of reaction takes place in the oxygen producing process in the water-based concentrator? Simple. Just now we discussed about it. What is the right answer? Hydrogen and oxygen. Come on. Which type of reaction takes place in the oxygen producing process in the water-based concentrators? People say B. Okay, B. Nishika B. Siddhi B. Yeah, B for ball is the right answer. Yeah, decomposition, right? Definitely not combination, not displacement, not double displacement. B is the right answer. Let's go to 17th question. Iti jaldi we came to 17th question. Wow. Okay. Question paper is easy, I guess. In the process of production of oxygen in the water-based concentrator, which of the following occurs? Which of the following occurs? Oxygen is oxidized, hydrogen is reduced. Hydrogen is oxidized. Okay, let me not tell the answer. Any guesses over here? ABCD 17th question. I'll repeat it. Loss of electrons, reduction. Gain of electrons, oxidation. Okay. Okay. No guesses. Students are waiting in the chat. Oh, okay. It's getting loud. I'm sorry. Now only I'm able to see Tejaswini B, Satvika B. Okay, hydrogen is oxidized, oxygen is reduced. Okay, okay. Hydrogen gains the electrons over here. Oxygen loses it, and that's why it becomes O2. So oxygen is reduced and hydrogen is oxidized. Kahan par hai wo option? B is the right answer. Oxygen is oxidized, hydrogen. Why am I getting? Okay, Tejaswini says B. Satvika says B. Right. Reduction. Oxygen is getting rid. Okay, I'm so sorry. I got confused. Uh, Oxygen is oxidized and hydrogen is reduced. It's present in A. A is the right answer. Okay, here the statements are little confusing. Just make sure you read the statement properly. First, they have given oxygen is oxidized, hydrogen is reduced. Here in this case, hydrogen is oxidized, oxygen is reduced. I think you guys were careful, but I was wrong. Yeah, oxygen is oxidized, hydrogen is reduced. A is the right answer. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Let's go to the next question. Yeah, this is the last case study and quite interesting. Whitewash has been historically used to paint interiors and exteriors of houses. We all know that. And you have these, nice smell out of it. We'll talk about it. And it's still used in many areas. It is made by mixing quicklime, calcium oxide, CaO, with water. This process releases a lot of heat. If you have seen this before, I'm not really sure, but if you have seen this reaction working, it really reduces, like releases a lot of heat. After cooling a bit, the white solution is applied onto the walls. Initially, the painted walls look very dull, but after a day or so, they turn bright white due to the reaction of the whitewash with air. So now what is whitewash? So the first one over here, it is actually called as quicklime calcium oxide. It is mixed with quicklime calcium oxide with water, which produces slaked lime. Okay, CaOH twice, and then once it reacts with air, I think it is called a CaCO3, calcium carbonate. So it's calcium oxide, which is quicklime. Then you have got slaked lime, which is calcium hydroxide. Okay, fine, that's right, Nishika. And then calcium carbonate, because it reacts with carbon dioxide in the air. Okay, so far clear. This is something that's mentioned. Let's go to the question. What can be said about the process of mixing quicklime with water? So quicklime with water, CaOH2, that's great. Calcium hydroxide. Obviously, what reaction is this? Can somebody tell me? A, B, C, D? It's a combination reaction. It produces a lot of heat and hence it's exothermic. You are right. A is the right answer. It's not endothermic. It's A is the right answer. Exothermic. Yes. Let's go to the next question. Initially, the painted walls look dull, but after a day or so, they turn bright white. Yes, due to the reaction of the whitewash with air. Yeah, carbon dioxide. Which gas present in air is responsible for this? Yeah, C is the right answer. We already spoke about it. Oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide becoming calcium carbonate. C is the right answer. Last question. The bright white finish on the walls is due to formation of which compound? Okay, that is CaO, CaCO3, CaOH twice. Of course, it should be calcium carbonate. Yeah, I hope you got the answer. That's great. That's great. So this is with respect to the question paper. I think that's the last. And let me stop sharing the screen right now. Okay, so here in this case, I hope everybody liked the question paper. I hope everybody understood the process of answering the questions, such kind of sessions in a detailed manner. So right now I was trying to answer the questions, not really getting into the details of concepts as such. We will do that in our multiple sessions over the period of time, and these videos will be there on YouTube as well. You can go through it and you'll get an understanding. Suppose in case if anybody wants to learn the concepts more from tuition's perspective or more from learning from an expert perspective, join the classes. There are many classes and I'm conducting my own classes as well, and that comes under Super Teacher. So you need to go to the website called as superteacher.in. You will have weekly 3 max sessions, you will have weekly 3 science sessions, and you'll also have a test series that is conducted regularly with 10 students in one batch. With 10 students in one batch. The moment you go to the website called as superteacher.in, you'll get to see what you want to learn, and you have got coding, you've got CBSE exam 22-23, class 9, class 10. If you select a particular class, you have got that particular course over here. So under the section over here, you will have the price mentioned over here, 34,000 for the complete year. I click on no more. When I click on no more, the chapter is covered. What are the areas that you will be learning, the key features, the reports, all these mechanisms will be present. And once you understand that, you can book a demo class. I would consider this session itself to be sort of a demo class, but still you can book for it. Or else if you want to pay directly, you can contact these numbers or mail at connect@superteacher.in. You have got the EMI option also. Click on register now. The moment you click on register now, you will have to enter your name. For example, I'm just typing Ashil. Enter your school name, say for example Runville Public School. I'm just randomly using your names. Enter your email, srirang@gmail.com. Okay, and we go to the phone number and we click on submit. The moment you do that, you've got the registration number and you've got the school name and the fees over here. That's it. Click on pay now. The moment you click on pay now, you'll get to see all the information with respect to Google Pay, Paytm, internet banking, debit card, whatever you want. You've got EMI option here as well, and you have got certain interest applied to it. If you do not want this, you can directly call on the number and then we can talk about the EMI option. So this is with respect to the tuitions that happen. Apart from that, please remember FET website and OLabs. In my subsequent classes, I'll talk about more such websites in which you can learn the concepts in a very easy manner. Yeah. Okay, chat got disabled. That's the reason. So I'm stopping the screen share. Thank you so much, students. It was great interacting with all of you. That's it from my side. And you have been very actively participating throughout. Thank you to all the students who were there, part of YouTube and part of Zoom as well. I'll get to see all of you in further classes. Till then, bye everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope everybody got benefited out of it. Yeah. Bye everyone. Thank you so much.